then let's go back to the propaganda of mainstream media and social media. Like social media is really playing big role.
It's playing the
And
role.
he flipped all the narrative.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, I'll tell you my take on social media, before this and a little bit even earlier than this. I was very skeptical when it came to social media. And of course, we was like, oh, social media will kind of like impact you negatively. And definitely there are a lot of negative things out there.
Yes, exactly.
But now I'm the biggest advocate for social media, right? And this is how powerful social media is. When you get censored, then you have an army of people out there trying to censor you. I don't know if you got blocked or not. I had the honor.
Oh, you did?
I had the honor, suspended for a period of time, and then I got reinstated.
And it was XO.
It was Facebook.
Oh, Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook. Yeah, but these platforms do delete people's accounts, and for me that means something is happening. And of course, we have statistics. Right. We have statistics of how many people, and even actually, it shows you how many pro-Palestine compared to the occupiers, and it's amazing.
The numbers are different.
Oh, I mean, huge difference. I mean, and here's the thing, that is happening with the fact that we're being censored. Imagine if we were not censored. Imagine if every post that I post and you post stays out there and gets to be shared, right? And everybody gets to see it, because my posts, a lot of people don't get to see my posts. And even with that, now even mainstream media, if you notice, there's a minor shift because they're losing viewers.
Exactly.
They're losing viewers. And now they want their videos to be shared. So every now and then they would throw something that looks like pro-Palestine, or looks like, I wouldn't call it pro-Palestine, pro-human rights, or pro-freedom of speech, or something, because they want us to share their videos. If mainstream media is forced to shift a little bit, they still have their agendas, and sorry for saying this, I'm not going to try to tune in to CNN or MSNBC, because I'm a social media person right now. If I want to get my news, I'm going to social media, right? Every now and then, if there's an article that I want to analyze, I do it. But it's not for the sake of making it my fact source, right? We have Al Jazeera. I mean, that's again a different topic.
Right.
But social media is, it's the voice for Palestinians. Because even when you think about it, even in Palestine, journalists are not allowed into Gaza unless they are accompanied by soldiers, right, by the occupying force. So even if they want to be neutral and unbiased, they can't do that. They can't. So who are getting the news out? It's the Palestinians themselves. Right. The people who are going through it, right? The people who are losing their own family members, and those who actually are dying themselves. And that validates the story. I don't need a third party to check this story, right? I mean, if somebody is crying and bearing their own family members and still coming out, right, to report and tell you about this reality, right? Or having these talks and conversations with people who are literally, as they're talking, they're running because they're being bombed and they're being shot at. For me, that's the news. Social media is doing an amazing work. And by the way, even the censorship, they're limiting that, right? I mean, they're out there with force, but we're forcing them not to censor us so much because they know they're going to lose us.
Well, like TikTok right now is going crazy.
It's
crazy. Okay, just to say that, I've been posting like pro-Palestine content, video a lot. But right now, if you post, it's not going to reach like 200 or 100 people.
Same thing, by the way, with my posts. I do
before,
reels.
like, in thousands it goes. Like
but
this.
even with that, they're not.
They cannot.
They cannot.
Still, like people in thousands, right? They keep posting.
Because here's the thing: what's happening before, and I noticed this before, and I wish this happened with everyone, but at least we have more people. Before, a lot of people they watch the videos, right? It's like, and they hit like. Now people are more sharing, but also now people are creating their own content.
Right.
But like personally, I can speak to myself, about myself, like Facebook, the reels and the stories and all that. A lot of times I would post a general post, right? Now I know that creating reels would actually get it to be shared easily. Guess what? I have been creating reels, like I wouldn't say like crazy, but definitely a big jump compared to before. right? So I'm not a content creator, right? I used to just share, like I see something, I share it, not of my own creation. But guess what? Now I'm creating my own. So that's something also they're struggling with, that people are actually more active to the extent that we're not just sharing, we're creating our own content, right? In addition to sharing. So it's a big fight for them. And they're actually putting a lot of money into it. Like, are you talking about millions? I'm not spending a penny to create a content, right? Probably you're not spending a penny to create, but they're spending money to actually block us.
But they can't.
But they can't. They can't. And that's why I say that's the power of people, right?
They're trying to control the narrative, right? But they cannot.
They cannot. They're really failing.
Like what happened, like, at the middle of the night when they bomb people, like, trying to get the food. They're trying to change. Oh, no, it's not ours, it's not. But it's too late.
It's too late.
It's too late.
Right.
And right there, like on X, everybody's talking about that.
And one thing actually that going to that, and the story of the boy who cried wolf, right? It's like, he was a shepherd, and he wanted to pull a prank on the villagers, and he cried wolf, everybody came running, and he did it multiple times, and then people were like, you're just a liar, right? The occupiers and our politicians continue to lie through their teeth that even, and probably you noticed this, anything they say, right? Or anything they write out and share it, people, when they look at it to find how to actually expose it. It's no longer a fact, right?
Exactly.
Our task is now, how can we expose them? Because we have been exposing them. So we're not even consuming that as news.
Oh, I thought like I'm the only one who's trying to do that. Every time I see a video, I'm just trying to find how I'm going to expose those people.
No, trust me. And again, yeah, because we all know they're liars, right? So, and if you look at the demographics of people who are actually creating these videos, it's so diverse. I've never seen an issue where the people who are actually engaged are reflective of every ethnic group, every religion. I mean, I am yet to, I'm trying to think of if there's like specific group that is not actually engaged.
Never.
Right? Maybe not the entire group, but people who are actually part of that group. I mean, going from the natives of this country to people in Ireland, to people.
Oh, Ireland, those people are big on
Palestine. I mean, yes, they are. And I wish the Irish people here know that. That's actually something that we had a meeting a couple of days ago, and we said we need to educate the Irish people here about their country. So that's something that I'm seeing. That is just reflective of how the world is being freed. It doesn't matter which country also you think about. I mean, in all the languages. There are videos that I don't know what they're saying.
Like South America is big on this.
Even politically, which is a great thing. But there are a lot of videos that actually I don't even understand what they're saying. And you know what I do? I share, because I'm like, you never know. Maybe I have somebody that speaks the language, but it's just also out of amazement that I'm like, I don't even understand what they're saying, but I can see what they're trying to get across. And I'm like, I've never seen a topic or an issue that everybody around the globe is actually engaged, and is passionate about it.
How can we make a pro-Palestinian content to go far?
Honestly, just keep doing what you're doing. Share, post if you can, post your own content. And here's the thing: a lot of people say, "Do I have to be on the video?" You don't have to be on the video, right? You don't have to be on the video yourself. You could literally just take a quote, take something, take a video that you watch, just clip it and just create a reel out of it. Or, I'm not on TikTok or whatever you do, right? Or X or Instagram, create your stories, create all these, I'm going to share this with you, which is funny. Facebook, of course, they're about making money, right? So I received a message from them. They say, you know what, you're becoming a content creator, right? And you could make money out of this. And I'm like, oh, I never thought that, Soon after that, they blocked me.
You seem like a threat to them.
And they're like, and they blocked me. And I'm like, look, and the reason I'm mentioning this, I never thought that I would get to that I would be recognized by them as quote unquote what they consider a content creator with potential, because they make money out of it, right? And then they blocked me, and of course, I mean, they released my account, and I'm back to creating, but they're not interested in making money out of it. But you know what I mean? It's like, for me, I never thought I would get to that point. So it's doable. Just keep sharing, just keep creating things, and just keep posting.
Yeah, but how did you get to that level? How Facebook is trying to censor you?
I was just sharing information, and they're saying, oh, this is going to what they use the word I think instigate or encourage like violence or something like that. And I'm like, really? Like, and of course they're gonna give you all this nonsense, and then you're like, I know you know that I know why you're doing this, and I'm gonna keep doing it, right? And I'm lucky enough that actually my account is still there. Some people actually got their accounts deleted.
We're never gonna stop.
We're not. We're not.
Right.
So don't belittle. And a lot of people say, oh, so hold on. So we're going on in these protests. We're posting on Facebook, social media, all these platforms. But when? Like, when is this going to stop? And like, don't stop.
Don't stop. That's right. Never
the question is like, are you going to stop? Don't stop. And I promise these guys are hoping for us to stop posting.
Right.
They're hoping for us to just go back to our regular life, our routine, and forget about this. Because this has happened in the past for Palestine. It happens. We go out and protest a few days. We go back as if nothing happened, and then they continue to do what they're doing. But this time we're not. Right. We're not going back home.
Right. But like, what's that mean if someone saying from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free? Like, so many people like read off.
I will tell you this. Here's the thing, and I'm not going to go too deep into it. Look at Palestine pre-1948. That's what they're saying. They're saying this land belongs to the indigenous people. Muslims, Christians, Jews living there equally with their rights, no discrimination, right? That's what people are trying to say. And here's the thing, look at South Africa. You have a lot of, white people who are living there. And we know they didn't come from South Africa, but they, they have been there, right? A lot of them are born, So what we're saying is Palestine was free from the river to the sea. We want to go back to that, right? Where the Jews who were there, right, they felt the safest when in Europe they were being killed. The Christians, some of them, based on which group you come from, they were prosecuted in this country, right? Catholics, they can tell you their history. In Palestine, they were not discriminated against, right? Now, here's the thing. I tell you this. The Zionists, they're talking about the wiping out of everyone who's, quote unquote, not an indigenous person, because that's what they want to do to the Palestinians. So they accuse them. It's like, you want to do to me what I want to do to you, which I'm already doing to you, right?
It's the same thing how the South African trying to do it to the indigenous South African.
Yeah.
The same game, the same strategy.
Yeah. So I tell people, like, that's actually self-incriminating for the Zionists, because they're saying this is exactly what we're thinking. Because remember, they have the same slogan, by the way. And this is something that people don't talk about. And I forgot who was called out on this. And it's like, I don't know, I didn't hear it. I'm like, yeah, again, when you watch that video, you're like, okay, you're lying through your teeth, right? I forgot who was it. I think it was Kirby who said that. Somebody called him out. It's like, oh, you're fine with the Israelis saying, from the river to the sea. But now you're saying if Palestinians call for that, then you're saying it's, it's calling for the ethnic cleansing of the Zionists, even though Zionist is a political movement. I always remind people, don't let them kind of like, control the narrative and say, Zionists represent the Jews. They don't, right? So yeah, that's it means what it says, right? Freedom, where people actually feel that this is their country. People who actually became refugees outside and within Palestine will get to go back to their homes. These are the homes of their ancestors, and they were taken away from them, illegally. So that's what we're asking for, is for people to actually have their land back and live there, freely.
Right. We're going to close up with this one, but it's beautiful, man. It's mashallah, brother. I really like a benefit from this a lot.
Exactly.
Yeah. People have been protesting around the globe in huge numbers, 1 million. But how's this going to help to free Palestine? Just people being on the street, how is that going to help?
Or trust me. So here's the one thing I tell people is like, we don't put all of our eggs in one basket, right? And a lot of people say, but also you can specialize. Meaning if you're a person that you can go out to protest, We have people who are actually engaging the politicians. Right. We have people who are actually using their voices during, the elections, right? So it is actually making an impact. Politicians are seeing this. Politicians might not talk about it or pretend like not to recognize it. Trust me, they are seeing it, they're feeling it, And this is, if you look at the history, people mobilizing is actually what led to the change, right? So don't undermine it. I even tell you this. Yes, we are coming out in our millions, but, somebody actually during the Vietnam War would come out every day, right, by himself to protest, right? And people ask him, like, you're here by yourself every single day. Like, what change do you think you're going to make? He said, see, I don't want to change myself. I don't want to go back and I'm not, quoting him, but I'm paraphrasing. In a sense, do it for yourself. Don't get too tired or too comfortable to say, I'm not going to come out, right? For me, and this is something, by the way, I do for myself. When I go out to protest, I feel better. Because sometimes, and here's the thing, they want you to feel like defeated. Right? And there are times when I actually go out there and I might be like the first one to get out there.
Wow.
And I'm like looking, I'm like, you know what? Believe it or not, that's even more empowering because I'm like, yeah, I had all the reasons not to come out. While I have all the reasons to come out too, right? And I chose to actually go with the reasons why I should come out. While a lot of people actually not coming out. And alhamdulillah, every time I go out, even for like few, because we have these daily protests and we don't have a lot of people coming out, at times it's like 5 of us. I'm like, yeah, that's enough. 5 of us actually is more than enough, because you're keeping this issue alive.
Right.
You're keeping it going, right? And then we take the videos and we post them on social media to tell people like Palestine's issue is still there, right? Palestinians are going through this every single day. If I go out once or twice a week to protest, I think that's the least I can do.
Right. Thank you so much, brother.
Absolutely, my honor.
Alhamdulillah. It's a great topic. It's beautiful. We benefit a lot.
Jazakallah khair.
Inshallah, when we're going to see you.
Hey, you have my number. Jazakallah khair.
Inshallah. Shukran so much.
Barakallah fi.